love them. And I also think in heritage, I don't know how to trade that, but it's by Lauren Usher. Because why I said Lauren Usher, we all know it's Lauren Usher. Now it's written books about these books in a formal, but in the next book, no, in the next. Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. If you're new, hi and welcome. I'm Ra. I'm very happy to see you here, and welcome to this video where I want to do a reading guide on Lauren Usher. If you don't know me, or if you have never seen a video of me before, I adore Lauren Usher. I have reading blogs of four of her books. I have read every single book that she has up to this point published, and I want to do a little video telling you how I think you should read her books if you want to get into, her novels and her little worlds, because they are all amazing. All of her books are marvelous, and I really want everyone to, know her because she is great. So up to this point, she has published 8 books. These were the first 4 books she published. This is a D-tier series. Then she published these 3 books that are the Billionaire series, and then she has published Love Redesigned, which is the first book from the Lakefront Billionaire series. The second book, she's actually working on it right now, or is about to come out soon. So this is another series. As you can tell, she has published different books from different series, and all of them, which is something great about it, is that all of them are standalone, so you can actually read the books from one series in the order you want. And I want to give you a little, insight of how I would think you should read them, because I have read all of them, and from my experience, I think I have an idea of how you would want to read it if you want to get to her books and love the books. So let me, tell you about my little reading guide on Lauren Usher books. Welcome, and let's begin with the video. So I personally think the first 3 books you should read from her are the Billionaire series, which are The Fine Print, Terms and Conditions, and The Final Offer. I think that these 3 books are the easiest to read if you want to get into her novels, because they are very easy to read, very fast-paced, and the tropes that she uses are very common and very catchy. People normally really enjoy these specifically, and I also think you should start with these because these 4 are actually Formula 1 romances. These are a series based on Formula 1, and if you don't like Formula 1, you maybe don't want to start with these. But I am a Formula 1 fan, and I became a fan of her because I read these books. So I think personally that if you want to start reading her books and you are a Formula 1 fan, you should definitely start with the D-tier series and then go to the Billionaire series. And if you don't like Formula 1 as much, or you're not a big sports romance kind of person, you should definitely start with the Billionaire series. So let me begin with these 3 books, because as I said, I personally think you should start with these, except if you're a Formula 1 fan. But I mean, if you're a Formula 1 fan, if you want to start with these, it is great as well. You can do that. But if you don't like Formula 1 or sport romances, start with these. And these 3 have in common that the 3 main characters are the guy main characters are all brothers. This is Rowan, Declan, and Callahan, and the 3 of them are brothers, and to get their inheritance, because the grandfather died, and he said in the testimony before dying that in order for them to get their inheritance, in order for them to get the money they deserve, they have to do something. That is how the books are organized. So in The Fine Print, the first book, Rowan is the boss of a theme park, and in order for him to get his inheritance, he has to become the CEO. If I am not completely, I think it was like that. He has to become the CEO. I don't know. Wait. Okay, no. That is Declan. That's in the second. He has to repair one roller coaster from the park, and he has to try and make to sell the park to Japan. I think it was he has to do something related to the park. I don't really remember, and I feel so bad right now. But yeah, he has to like improve the theme park, and he has to try and make a contract with Japan, I think it was, or China or something, so they can like, you know, expand the theme park to other parts of the, you know, country, like of the country, of the world. To, in order for him to get the money, he has to do that. And in, you know, the process of doing that, he meets Sarah, who is very, like, she is a worker on the park already, and she is hired by Rowan to help him, you know, improve the park. And their romance is so cute. I don't remember the tropes right now of this book, but I do in the other two. I really wish I could remember the tropes, but I don't. So that is the first book. Then we have Terms and Conditions. In this one, Declan, who is the older brother, he has to get married and have a kid to get the money, and this is Marriage of Convenience. He marries Iris. I think it was one bed trope in this one. I think in this one it's a one bed trope, and he also has to become the CEO of the like the media company of the, like, of the family. The family has like the theme park, and that theme park also has like a streaming company like Netflix, or, like, you know, those kind of streaming companies. He also has to become the CEO of their own streaming company. And so yeah, that is what this book is about. And something very cool about this book specifically is that in this one, Lauren Asher made references to the Formula One books, because Declan is a very big F1 fan, so he makes references to Formula One, from in general Formula One, and references to the Formula One series. So that is very cool. I really like that about this book specifically. And then we have the final offer, my personal favorite, because I'm a basic, and my favorite tropes are childhood best friends to lovers. I love small town, and this book has all of that. And in this book specifically, Callahan, who is the youngest brother, has to go back to the house he used to live when he was a kid, like during the summer, and he has to repair the house and sell it. And during the process, you know, he encounters some difficulties, and so cute, so cute. Love it, love it. So in love with this book. This one's my favorite out of the three. So yeah, these are the three books. You can read them in the order you want, because again, they are, you know, standalones, but I think you should definitely read 1, 2, 3. But that is what I personally think. Now it's time for me to tell you about the teacher series, because these books are like marvelous. These are so good. It's wonderful. And if you like Formula One, you're gonna love it, because every single driver is inspired in an actual F1 driver. So the first book here is Throttled, and Noah is inspired on Charles Leclerc. So if you like Charles, this book is for you. And the thing is, he falls in love. He's a Formula One driver, and he falls in love with the sister of his new teammate, because he gets a new teammate, and you know, he was in love with the sister. And it is so cute. It is so cute. It is great. I have to say, this book is very good, but it's not my personal favorite. And you know, as a Formula One driver, many things happen. You have a lot of drama. You have a lot of, you know, many things related to media and interviews and stuff as a Formula One driver, and it is so cool. Maya is the girl who's the sister of the new teammate, and she is beautiful. Something I love about this book, and you know, about every single like book of Lauren Asher, you know, every single book, something I adore about it is that the main characters, the girls, are all very independent and powerful, and they have a lot of power, and they want to be there, and they work very hard to get to wherever they are. And I love to see independent women working to their, like, to reach their goals. It is beautiful to see. So that is something I love about every single book about this author, that the woman is always marvelous. Like, they are all great characters, but the women are always, you know, top tier. Love it. So yeah, that is Throttled. After Throttled, we have, not this. After Throttled, we have Collided, and this is my personal favorite. So if you read this book, that the main character is Liam, he's inspired. His inspiration is a mix between Mick Schumacher and Pierre Gasly, but in my head, he is Max Verstappen. I don't like Max very much, but in the book, it makes sense that it's Max. and he's my baby. Like, if you read this book, I'm okay with it. I hope you like it. But he's my book boyfriend. He's mine, my baby, my boy. Love him with all my heart. He's a freaking nerd. I love him. He reads books. He's a Formula One driver. Beautiful. And Liam is a driver from the other team. So like Noah and his new teammate are from like one team, and then Liam and Jax are in another team. And Liam is, you know, this one F1 driver, and he falls in love with his boss's daughter. So yeah, that happens, which is, you know, a bit hard and a bit, you know, difficult to read. And Sophie, which is the main character of this book, she becomes best friends with Maya, which is the main character of this book, and they like do most of the things together, and it is so cool. And Liam is literally, he's the perfect book boyfriend. Like, we all read books and we say, oh, this is my book boyfriend. Liam is the actual true book boyfriend. He's my absolute favorite. I love him with all my heart, and this book was marvelous. After this, we have Wrecked, which for me is the book I hated. Not hated, but I didn't like it. It was the lowest rating I gave, because not because the book is inspired, like Jax is inspired in Hamilton, and I'm not a Hamilton fan. It's just the book itself, it was like meh for me. But people normally love this one and the next one and the fourth one the most. I'm just saying that so you know. But in this case, Jax, he is an addict. He's like an alcohol, you know, pills and stuff. And he falls in love with Elena, who is the girl who the team of Jax. So Jax's team hires Elena to track him, because he's an addict with alcohol and pills and all that stuff. The team doesn't want him to blow like interviews and like his whole career, so they all decide to hire Elena to help him, and they fall in love while the process like is happening. But people normally love Jax. Something I really like about it is that he plays the piano, and there's a lot of Ed Sheeran references, and as an Ed Sheeran fan, that was very cool to see. But yeah, Rex is a book I personally didn't really like, but it's fine, we can read it. It was part of the series, so we all have to read it, but we don't have to read it, but it makes sense that we read it. And that is Wrecked. And finally we have, I don't know if you're seeing this pile or not, but anyway, and finally we have Redeemed. This is another book that people normally tend to like the most, and this is one of my favorites as well. The main character, Santiago, is inspired by Carlos Sainz, and this is a small town Italian village. Santiago had like an accident, a very big accident, while driving in a Formula One car. So he retires because he cannot really drive anymore, and he goes to this city. And Chloe is the main girl of this book, the main character, and she goes to Italy because she finds out that his father, who abandoned her and her mother when she was a kid, is actually living there, and she wants to meet her father. So she goes to Italy, and in specific circumstances they meet, and it was cute. It is very cute. This is more of like this is again a small town, but I don't know if I would say this is friends to lovers. I think I would say this is friends to lovers, but I'm not completely sure if I would say that. I would definitely like put the actual tropes on screen of all these books, because I don't remember now, but I would put them on the screen so you know exactly what the tropes are. But yeah, this was one of my favorites, and the fact that this is inspired by Carlos Sainz is great, because we love our Spanish drivers. And something I want to actually say that is pretty funny is that these 4 books are inspired in current F1 drivers, like from this past few years, not like the oldies. And funny enough, a friend of mine has a Formula One account and in TikTok, like he makes TikTok edits, and sometimes like every few months he gets new messages of like, oh my god, Mark Webber is literally Noah from Throttle, and I'm like, I don't see it, but sure. And because he told me once, I was like, wait, is that a character from a book you read, right? I'm like, yeah. So one day I was like, wait, if I want to put like the main characters of the books like the oldies, who would they be? This is Mark Webber. Then we have in Collided, I think would be Seb. I mean, in my head, Fernando would be the perfect fit for some specific things they say in this book. But because this book is literally Santiago inspired in Carlos Spanish. This would be Fernando Alonso, which means that in this book, I would say this is Sebastian Vettel, and he still is like Hamilton still is Hamilton in the book in the oldies. But yeah, as I said, this would be Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, and Mark Webber. And I just thought it was so funny when my friend told me, like, I think you read a book with this character. Like, I think you told me, and I'm like, yep. Because when I was reading the books for the first time, I told my friend, I was like, I'm reading these books are Formula One related, and I just commented it to him. I don't know how he still likes me, but it's fine. And then the final book on this whole mess that I am creating in my table is Love Redesigned. This is the first book from the Lakefront Billionaire series. The second book again is coming out soon. I will put on the screen when it comes out if the release date is already has been already announced. But this book is about Julian and Dahlia. Julian is a constructor, like has a construction company, like to build houses, and Dahlia is an interior designer. And I have a reading vlog of this book as well. Like I have reading vlogs of these 4 books in my channel. I want to reread these and make a reading vlog, but I don't know if I will do it. But I have that idea. I don't know when, but that will happen anyway. This book, this is a small town. This is childhood rivals to lovers. And the thing is, Dahlia goes back to the small town she was from because of something that happens. And Julian is has always been in love with her, but he was kind of like in the negation step, like, no, that's not true, like I don't really like her, you are in love with her, you're freaking in love with her. And yeah, this is a beautiful book, small town. I really like the vibe of the small, like of what they do on the little dates they do and stuff. It is beautiful. And yeah, this book is a beautiful book that I cannot believe I already have, because it took me a while to get. But yeah, this is the first book from the series. When the second book comes out, I will read it and probably do a reading vlog, because again, I'm obsessed with her books, as you have seen. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video where I just told you about a bit of every single book of Lauren Asher has published up to this point. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. As I have already said, in case you want a reminder, I think you should definitely start with the Billionaire series if you're not an F1 fan, and if you're an F1 fan, you can also start with these. But I think you should definitely start with these, then move to the tier series, and finally read Love Redesigned, because this is the last book, and the other books are already complete series, so you can actually read everything. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you get notified when I post a brand new video, and I'll see you all guys in the next video.